Justus Terry, probably the most interesting visitor at G-Day on Saturday. Justice, it looked like you were doing some thinking. I caught some pictures of you. You looked like Aristotle, the thinker. Like, what's going through your mind as you're watching the Dogs play?
Just picturing myself out there playing and running across the field, making plays.
What do people maybe not understand about this flip? I'm sure people would quickly come to the conclusion that, hey, it's just about, money, instant cash, glitz, glamour, Hollywood. But that's really not it. Like, what was this flip about for you?
It's more of the business side, wanting to start business with barbering and a lot of more things. And I just want to expand with the life. A lot of people love Los Angeles, California. A lot of people want to go out there. So with being out there, it's like, there's no way that you cannot succeed in the business.
I know this decision, a big chunk of it had to be about development. Like, how do you feel USC will develop you to get to your dreams?
Yes, sir. I feel like, being one of the #1 NIL schools, too, is like it plays a big part. Not saying that that's the main reason. It plays a big part in it because, name, likeness, and image or whatever, the order, you know how it goes. And it plays a big part because people would know me, being Justus Terry, people would know me. And I feel like I would have the name out there to be, liked by people and have the clientele to succeed in the business side.
You mentioned NIL, but for you, NIL is not a Lamborghini. NIL to you would mean businesses, real estate, investment.
Yes,
can you just articulate maybe like how you would use NIL to kind of set yourself up for your future even after football?
Yes, sir. I would just use it, take it all in and use it to invest in myself in businesses. So on the back end, everything will all fall in place, even before and after the NFL, I'll be sitting on that, have businesses running from, years until, I ever decide to stop or whatever. And I don't plan to stop. So, it'll keep going.
Entrepreneur, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's what people should look at. Not identifying by 5 stars, but look at him as a businessman, right?
Yes, sir.
Justice, I couldn't believe this. You told me a second ago that you're going to be in college, wherever, and you'd hope to own your own barbershop.
Yes, sir.
And you'd even be cutting hair when you're not in school or working out or practicing.
Yes, sir.
Why? Like, people are going to see that, they're going to go, man, this guy must really love to cut hair.
Me, I really started cutting hair because first, it's a family thing, and I want to keep that going. Second, it's a way to stay out the way, stay out of trouble. And, around here, there's not too many things you can do around here that's fun besides, out here and in the mix. So I try to stay out the mix as much as possible and just go my own wave, and cutting hair was one of those ways I could just stay to myself.
What do you love about USC? What made you committed, and what still makes you smile when you think about that opportunity there?
It's really the new coaching staff. At first I really didn't have any communication with USC. That was one of the first schools that offered me in 9th grade, and I really didn't have a connection with them. But with the new staff, when they came in, they like instantly started hitting me. Coach Henderson, Coach Henny, he was a great guy. One of the first one to hit me when he first came in, and it was nothing but love when he first came.
So you're at Georgia this past weekend. I'm curious, what did really Coach Smart have to say to you, and then maybe Coach Scott as well?
Yes, sir. They always told me, it's a marathon. They've been telling me that from day one, and he always remind me, like, Justice, what did I tell you day one? And I was like, Coach, you always told me you were going to make a run for it. He was like, yes, it's a marathon. And he was like, I'm never going to stop.
The first time you talked to Trey, he said, you're going to be wanted by everybody, and it's going to be a marathon. Did he really say that?
Yes, sir. From day one, he always told me, it's a marathon.
I told you the same thing after the flip, huh?
The same thing.
Did you get a chance to talk to Kirby? What did Kirby have for you?
Yeah, Kirby, he just told me, the development process of, the numbers and how things going to matter all at the end, just come in, get developed. If you grind, do what you have to do, you'll get out.
Is it hard for you? Is it a little hard, or is this you still able to kind of look at it as a blessing?
I look at it as a blessing because I wouldn't say hard because no matter where you go, it's going to have to be the place for you. No matter where you choose or, decide to go, you have to be there for 3 to 4 years. So it have to be the place for you, nowhere around it. So I just look at it as a blessing, to have all these opportunities, and whatever decision I go with, I just have to stay down with it and trust God, trust the process.
What was it like when you flipped and you came back to Manchester, Georgia? I mean, did everybody you know ask why, or did they look at you weird, or like how did everybody take that around here?
Yes, sir. Everyone, big around UGA around here. So when I came back, everyone, people was with me, and some was just questioning like why, like not saying that I would, tell them. It was just people wouldn't understand. Around here, a lot of people based off around Georgia, they don't know the outside, the business part, they don't think outside the box like me, and like it played a big part in it. And I just came down here, just looked at everyone, and was like, hey, I mean, I'm doing what's best for me.
Did USC put that vision in your head about barbershops, or did you hear what they were saying and you say, I can use that to get to that?
Yes, sir. I just heard what they were saying, about the business part. Coach Riley, he's locked in with a lot of business guys, and they can push me to a higher level in that category. So, that's what I want to do, just expand.
You've answered all my questions. Like,
Yes, sir.
what's your story that you want to have out there about, where you're at right now and like what's going through your mind, just to maybe help other people understand it better?
Yes, sir. Me, obviously, I faced a lot of adversity early on in my high school career. So it's like me, life not all about money and other fancy things. It's all about trying to make things happen and have a better future for myself. So with me, I had injuries coming into high school, ninth grade year, had 2 knee injuries in the same year, ended my season kind of early, came back, playoff, went to the 3rd round, lost. And there was a lot of things, just hit me at the time. And, this is my ninth grade year, I first blew up. I was supposed to be this big guy, just manhandling people. And me, it kind of hit me hard. I was just wondering, like, why me? Like, but then, I kind of just sat and really just thought about my why and what pushed me to keep going. And when I thought about it, I was just instantly hopped up and just started back working. And when I worked, it got me to this point now, and that would never change me, never.
And that why is your own businesses, barbershops.
Yes, sir. Businesses, barbershop, grandparents, family, everything behind me. Anything that stand behind me and pushing me, that's my why.
So when things get tough, you really think about a neon sign that's your business and your
Yes,
store and the barber pole.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you work for. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I don't think a lot of people would understand that, but
Yes,
I think
sir.
it's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
Justus Terry, everybody wants to know, how was the visit? How are things going? This looks like a young man that's very happy with the blessings that are coming down in his life right now.
Yes, sir.
Justus, appreciate you. Thanks for making some time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.